Hey there everyone, it's Anthony, back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Howdy, how are ya? Today we're out here doing a little potty walk with the boy. Just a cruise around town. It's a nice, cool day, like warmish cool. It feels like early summer, unfortunately. But we've got some wind, so we might be getting a little windy gusts here and there in the microphone. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. It is Tuesday, the 16th, 17th of March. I just finished work. And at first I was like, well, let's do the open space, let's do off leash. But the wind is supposed to be picking up and get even worse up north. And I'm like, let's just stick around town and let the buildings and stuff be a little buffer for the wind. Out there in the open space, you just get whipped around and, there's lots of dirt and dust out there that gets blown around. So I was like, let's just stick around town, do a longer around town walk with the boy and respond to some comments. But I wanted to give you a couple of life updates, some decent changes. Yeah. I know I'm about to get a lot of people rolling their eyes at me, but a few things. Life happens, and so a few things. Work's going good. It's steady. It's still relatively quiet, but steady. The work's going good. Life's going good. Everything's fine. Prepping to move, which is kind of the biggest thing and one of the topics that we'll be leading into, but prepping to move, prepping to move, that's about it. So we'll jump right into diamond painting updates because I want to try to get to some comments. So he has been shaking his little ears off and on today. What do you have? Do you need these scritched? Okay, diamond painting updates. So, I was up, not super late last night, but late-ish, and I finished Dragon Spirit last night from Margaret Morales and Diamond Art Club. So I finished that, kitted that down, took it downstairs, and then today during my lunch break, I filmed my finish and review, and it is now processing. I think when I walked out of the house, it was like at 70 or 80%, so it should be going live here in a little bit. So that's cool. That's another whip done. And that only leaves me with that was my 7th finish for the year. So that only leaves me with 2 whips. My custom of Apollo from Diamond Art Club, Apollo and Me, and Garden of Earthly Delights centerpiece by Hieronymus Bosch and Jada Gem Shop. So I finished Dragon Spirit, and I don't have anything, which means woohoo! Anthony completed his goal of getting 4 kits done by the time he moves. I got my Dueling Dragons kits done, Spirit of the Rainbow done, and what was the 4th one? Was it Inquisitor? I think it was Inquisitor, my kit for Mia's Year of the Cats event. Come on, Appo. Mia's Year of the Cats event. I gave myself the goal of getting all 4 kits done by May, and I got all 4 kits done by March 17th. So I'm 6 weeks ahead And I was kind of sitting there today thinking, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Oh, I did something else today as well. What do I want to do? And we'll get to that. Actually, let's pause and take a step back. So the other thing I did today is I went and had a cup of coffee with Doretta, aka Chocolate Diamonds. She's in town visiting family, so I went to her neck of the woods and hung out just for a little bit. I didn't have too much time. It was technically part of my lunch too, but didn't have too much time. So I ran over there, met up with her. She bought me a coffee or a refresher or something, and we just chit-chatted for a little bit. But I gave her a whole sampler of different putties: intergalactic putty, alien putty, Mary Mud, sticky bits, creativity squirrel, regular putty. I don't even remember, like 10 or 12 different putties. It's like, here's a little bit of everything from my stash. See what works for you. And then I had a Diamond Art Club pen, one of their resin pens. That's the twist and pick, but it's resin pen. It's a resin pen tip, and then it has the stainless steel twist and pick single placer, and then a threaded multi-placer. I don't really use it. It's too small for me. I wanted to try it, but I didn't really ever use it. So I gave that to her, and then on a live stream I did a couple nights ago, I was asking her, do you want any of these kits? And I gave her two options. One was, they were all from Jaded Gem Shop, and they were all squares. One was, it's the Song of Achilles one. The Song of Achilles one, with Achilles and Patroclus on it. And then the other one was Phoenix glaring in all directions. She was like, I would love those. So I took those. Then I was in the garage. I'm like, you know what? In preparation of moving, I'm kind of having this talk with myself of, what are you liking right now? What are you not liking? What can you let go of that you probably aren't going to work on anytime soon? And so I ended up taking her, what is it called? It's my Muka. It's my Muka called Lead Us Not Into Temptation. Come on, Apollo. Come on. Come on, Apollo. Jeez Louise, walk forward, dude. And then I also took her, oh gosh. I took her 4 kits. I don't remember what the 4th one was, but they were 4 square computer charted kits. Big computer charted kits that was just like, I know myself, and these aren't going to get done for a really, really long time, and I'd rather them go into good hands. And, to be, 100% honest, I'm exploring a lot of new shops and trying newer shops. And when I worked on my custom from Jaded Gem Shop that I did for Coaster Studios, that was a square drill. And I don't dislike Jade's squares. And in fact, in previous years, I have praised them being my favorite drill because they've got this thickness to them. They've got like a little bit of, what were they calling it? Cake. Those drills have some cake to them. And so I really don't mind them. In previous years, I've praised them, but I've, started exploring, newer shops with different kinds of square drills, or, a little bit of a different faceting. I, of course, love the Diamond Art Club pyramid drills. So I find myself not as drawn to Jade's squares as as I used to be. My preference or taste has changed. So when I was working on that Coaster Studios square drill, I was kind of like, I'm not in love with these as much as I used to be. And so, when I'm thinking about which kits I want to work on in squares, I know I'm going to be leaning more towards even my older diamond art clubs, newer ones in some new shops. So I was like, okay, let's get these in the hands of some people that will actually work on them and enjoy them. And not that I wouldn't, but I probably wouldn't anytime soon. So I took Doretta 4 of my jade kits. I don't remember what the 4th one was. Whatever. Anyway, I took her 4 kits. So I did that today. Okay, now we can jump back ahead. So sitting there thinking about this and like what else can I consolidate or try to let go of. And I was also talking to my diamond painting muse here in the Denver metro area and asked them if they would be willing to take Last Supper off of my hands. And this was last week that I had asked them. I was like, I think I'm finally ready to let go of Last Supper. That's a 60 by 280 centimeter square computer rendered from Jaded Gem Shop. And they said yes. And I was like, okay, would you also be willing to take Chasm of the Colorado by Thomas Moran, Jaded Gem Shop Square? And they said yes. So I was like, okay, that's 2 more that I can get into some good hands. And so I was sitting there today and I'm like, all right, that really only leaves me with these square jade kits left. What do I want to do with them? And again, I'm not getting rid of these kits for any sort of like, it has nothing. I love Jaded Gem Shop. Still one of my all-time favorite kits. I'm just being realistic with myself of like, what will I actually work on in the coming years? We're talking years from now. And not any of those were on my list. Years. Because I have a lot of kits and I have more coming. So I'm trying to be like, okay, how can we trim this back? What do you keep avoiding, or what are you kind of moved on from, I guess it may be is an okay phrase. So that leaves me with one of my whips, which is Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. That's 120 by 130 centimeter square drill computer rendered canvas from Jaded Gem Shop. Now, I love that piece of artwork and I love that kit. I think it looks good. But when I move in May, I'll have moved with that kit twice as a whip. And I had it as a whip, I think October 2020, I can look it up. October 2023 is when I kitted that up. Let me check. Come on, buddy. He is on his sniffs today. Oh, I kitted it up October 2024. And I unboxed it July of 2023. So we're coming up on about 3 years that I've had that. And we're about a year and a half, almost a year and a half since I've had it as a whip. So for 18 months it's been a whip. And I've gotten 2 sections done on it in 18 months. So if we keep that pace going, I'll get it done in 30 years maybe. So it's clearly not been a priority. I keep picking other things over it to work on. My flavor of drill style that I like has certainly changed in that time, and I just don't see myself completing it. I'd love to, but it's not in the cards, unfortunately. So I asked my diamond painting muse if they would like that kit as well. And additionally, I asked them if they would like the companion pieces that I have in the garage, the 2 panels that I got as customs that go with that piece. And they said no. So I was like, okay, well, I certainly am not going to try to destash or send the 120 by 130. I don't have the box anymore, the giant tube it came in. And so I would have to order some kind of custom box to put that in, to ship it. And it's all kitted up. So I'd either have to figure out a way to kit down that entire thing and ship it, or just ship somebody my giant 240 piece art dot thing, which I don't even know how much the shipping on that would be to get a custom box for that giant kit and custom boxes or big old boxes for the art dots. So I'm not going to offer that as a destash. I'm just going to kit it down. So that's my project tonight, is sending or getting the 2 kits, getting Chasm of the Colorado and Last Supper over to my friend and kit down Garden of Earthly Delights tonight. That's the goal. However, the 2 panels, they're 60 by 130 each. And I'll put in a link, or I'll put a link to my unboxing of them. Apollo, get over it. Why are you fighting me so bad? No, let's not do this. Let's not freak out. I'll put a link to the unboxing. I'll put a picture of what the 2 panels look like, the artwork, in for you. And I'll give it a week from the time this goes up. If you are interested in picking up those kits, I would ask for $50 for both of them. I think they were like 120 each. $50, just a little something, I guess. Recoup a little bit for both. And you got to take both, and but you'd also need to pay for shipping. So let me know in the, actually no, you send me an email if you want these kits. Don't comment, send me an email, because I will need your email. Send me an email saying, hey Anthony, I am interested in your 2 Hieronymus Bosch panels. And here is my, and this is the correct email. If it's not the correct, well, that wouldn't matter. So email me. Email me saying I am interested and provide your shipping information. I will get a PayPal invoice out to you, so I will need your shipping information, the address you'd like it sent to. Name, address, so I can get you a PayPal invoice for the 2 kits, and I will get those shipped out to you. Once the invoice is paid. But $50 for both pieces. I think there's 60 by 130. I'll put all the details in the description. 60 by 130. So yeah, and if I don't get any takers by the end of the week, then I will try to either donate them or they're going to the diamond painters in the sky. So yeah, I'm looking at everything, and as I'm prepping to move, I'm like, you're just gonna keep, Apollo, let's stop going in the street. I don't know what his deal is today. I'm just gonna keep schlepping these kits around forever, you know? And it's not that I don't want to do them or don't like the shop. It's just my tastes in drills, you know, the kind of square drills I like is changing and evolving. And really, the type of rendering that I am enjoying is starting to evolve. And so it's just, you know, it's just time. It's just time. So, yeah. So, yeah, after tonight, after I kit down Garden of Earthly Delights, the centerpiece, I'll be down to a single whip, which is my custom of Apollo. And I have 2 sections done on that kit. And that is a computer render, even though it's from Diamond Art Club, because it's a custom. And so I'm going to do it, obviously. It's a custom from Diamond Art Club. I don't have a choice. I would never get that down. But I could see this taking a while to get done. I don't know. I don't mind computer rendered at all. But they just take longer for me. Each section, just because of the amount of color blending and confetti and stuff, it just takes longer to finish each section. So I get done with a section of like a fully computer rendered piece. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need a little break. You know, I spent 2 hours or, you know, however long working on that one 10 by 10 section, and I could have gotten twice as much done on a hand-rendered piece or something that had more color blocking. I mean, at the end of the day, it just, like, I worked on those 2 sections of my custom Apollo, and like partway through it, I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little bored here. Just single placing a bunch of confetti or putting 5 drills down and then switching colors. I don't know. But I think the combination of the computer rendering, the big old canvases, and the type, you know, my kind of preference towards slightly different drills than the jade round, the jade squares. My apologies. Just kind of brought me to the conclusion that I'm gonna go ahead and destash my square drill canvases from Jade. And if, you know, maybe in the future, if Jaded Gem Shop changes up their square drills, make some adjustments. Not that they're bad, but if they do get changed up, then maybe I'll try them again. But I've heard from some people that Jade had asked her Facebook group or asked her customer base if they wanted her to change them up, and the consensus was no, to keep them the same. So that's fine by me. That just means for me, I'm probably gonna be a round drill girly from Jade for now, because I love her round drills. So, and in fact, I have a custom from Jade in production right now. That's a round drill. So yeah, I letting go of 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 Jade square drill canvases. You know, I just, you know, it's time. You know, it's time to. I'm moving. It's this time of like consolidating and, you know, being straight up with myself about what I realistically want to do and can do, you know. And I know I have too many, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop purchasing. It just means I need to, there's things in my stash that I just probably wouldn't get to in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years. Just with the pace that I'm getting that style of diamond painting done. So, yeah. And it's a little bit of a lesson learned too in putting a lot of, having a lot of one shop or having a ton of one shop or one style of drill or one style of rendering. If tastes change, then you end up with a lot of stuff that you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. So, yeah, but I thought I'd let you know, and who knows, it may happen again in the future. But yeah, that poor Garden of Earthly Delights is just, I kitted it up before I moved into this house. I feel like I kitted it up even earlier than that, because I moved into this. I guess that makes sense. Does it? I wonder if that year's wrong. I think that year is wrong, because I'm pretty sure I kitted that up before I moved into this house. So that would have been 2020. I don't know. Maybe I did wait that long to kit it up. It feels like it's been forever. But I certainly had that kit in my hands when I moved into this place. Whether or not it was kitted up, I certainly had it. So it has moved with me twice. And a lot of my kits have moved with me twice, but that one's massive. Hold on, sorry. Every time I talk about it, I say, I have no intention on doing this anytime soon. I have no intention on doing this anytime soon. And the number of projects I've completed since in the 18 months since having that as a whip, it's just, it is what it is. I feel bad for kitting something down anytime I do it. I also feel bad for my wallet. And I also feel bad because I'm sure people want to see that finished or want to see progress on it, but it's just not practical. And now I know, now I know to not go completely insane with collecting from one shop, unless it's Diamond Art Club. They're like the one exception. But not go completely insane, and try to take it at least a little bit easy. But yeah, whatever. I can't even say that because I'm like, sure, Anthony, you have a 50 by 150 centimeter Becca Tyndall coming from Mystical Dream Diamonds, but I really do like those drills. And that one's a whole heck of a lot of color blocking, so that actually might go faster than you'd think, because it's 310 to the max of color blocking. So anyway, so yeah. Ready? I have a feeling these cyclists are going to be really loud. They weren't too bad. So yeah, letting go of some Jaded Gem Shop square drills, but that doesn't mean anything about the canvases. They're fine, and that's why they're, I want to get them into some good hands that will work on them, and all that stuff. So I highly encourage you, if you haven't checked out Jaded Gem Shop and checked out Jaded Gem Shop square drill canvases, give them a try. They're not bad. They're there's other drill types that exist that I am starting to develop a preference for. And there's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, moving on, and talking about moving on to moving and all that stuff. I went and saw my apartment that I'll be moving into. Alex did some demo work to raise the ceiling in the little kitchen. It was previously a kitchen nook, but they've raised the ceiling, which almost doubles the available space. Because at first the kitchen nook was like, you could put the small little table and maybe 2 chairs in there, but the roof sloped in the back half, so your head would hit the ceiling. They demoed that and popped the roof up, so now it's like actually a dining room. Like, it's double the size because you can walk all the way to the opposite end. So I will now have a dining room, which I'm probably going to keep a breakfast nook and potentially put my desk in there, my work desk. My work desk in there, and then make my craft room solely a craft room. So I won't even be working from home in there. It's all crafting and filming. It's all content creation. So that'll be really cool to have a completely separate creative and crafty space now. That'll be incredible because now I have enough room for an office elsewhere. So that's really cool. Widening the doors so we can get a full-size washer and dryer in there. So you go up the stairs, they're pretty steep steps. You go up the stairs up to the apartment, and then at the top of the staircase, you take a hard, 90-degree right turn. Oh, I was supposed to take pictures for Mia, and I completely forgot. That's okay, because it's in the state of demolition, so I don't want to take pictures until it's all done. So anyway, you take a hard right turn, and that puts you into the apartment. But that hard right turn is pretty tight, and Alex was like, it's such a pain getting furniture up here because you have to churn the furniture in this really small space. It's just a pain in the butt. So I'd love to make this a half wall at the top. So when people move, when you're moving furniture, you can just heave the furniture over the half wall. So they chopped the half wall down, or they chopped the wall in half. So they did that. They ripped out the flooring in the dining room because they removed that wall. So they removed the flooring in there, and then in the bedroom they removed the flooring, and then in the kitchen and the bathroom, so they're going to do some kind of tile or something. So Alex was like, I think I'm just going to have people do this for me until we get to the finish work, which means painting, doing the texture on the walls, painting, tile work, and baseboard. So he's like, I'd love your help in April to get the finish work done, and hopefully we can get everything else done until that point, and then in the next couple weeks, and then in April we can work on flooring and this and that. I was like, okay, yes, but you have to tell me when you need my help, because I don't want to be the one saying, do you need help today? Do you need help today? Do you need help this weekend? You need to tell me when you're ready for the gun to go off, and I will show up. But if I don't hear from you, I'm taking that as you're not ready yet. Okay? Okay. So he said, deal. I just want to make sure we're clear on lines of communication. Because I won't know, and I don't want to be I don't want to be the one are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? I don't want it to come off like that. So I'm like, you need to be the one to tell me when it's time and you need the help. So that's happening. So April's gonna probably be pretty busy with me working on my own apartment, getting it ready to move into, and all that fun stuff. So then I have to actually move in, and I think it's going to take some adjustment to get everything settled and taking time off of work to get everything moved and unpacked and figured out. And then I got invited to a kind of 4-day camping thing, kind of mid to late May. Joe and Maddie are doing kind of a thing at the late back end of May that I'm going to be gone for. And then I may try to sneak in a short coaster trip in May as well. So with all of the May stuff happening, I'm going to hold off on the pinup. I'm going to hold off on the lo-fi paint along. Because I feel like I'm doing it because I said I'd do it and not because it's an actual like legitimate paint along or event. Like the more I've been researching like lo-fi and stuff, it's such a nebulous concept. And really I wanted to do a paint along about lo-fi Cali Girl, like that specific piece, but I knew that was very few people could actually participate in it because I know not everyone has that kit. So I was like, well, let me open it up to anything lo-fi. And then I started looking up, what does lo-fi really mean? And it's a music style, but it's all about coziness and being comfy, cozy, being able to relax or focus. Like, it's like whatever you want it to be, it can be. There's like such a thing as like lo-fi jazz, lo-fi electronic, lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi this, lo-fi that. So it's kind of just like a vibe and just some like a stylistic thing more than like a purely true like hard definition, So then I was like, okay, well, then I'll make the paint along be where people can just diamond paint anything, whatever you want. It could be anything. And it's like, well, does that even, at that point, aren't we just diamond painting? Like, what's the, what's the point? What's the point? So I'm going to postpone it. So there is no lo-fi paint along in May. I certainly am biting off more that I could chew with thinking I could move, get settled, travel, and put any sort of care or attention into a paint along. It's silly to think I can do all that. And I could, but it would be the most low effort, nothing paint along, So I don't really want to do that. And I don't even know if I want that to be the theme because it's so vague and it could be open. That's so open to interpretation that it doesn't really feel like a paint along or something that I've done in the past where it's either pinup or muka or a question of reality. I don't know. I feel like I like the idea of it, but I don't think it's gonna work, guys. So you let me know. Either way, if we keep it lo-fi paint along, it's not gonna happen in May. Now that Europe is bumped, it would most likely happen in September. That'll give me a chance to get moved, get settled, do all my coaster business, and be home to actually give it some effort. So it would most likely be in September. But let me know, should we keep it lo-fi Should I change the theme to be something else? Should I pick a different theme or a different vibe or style? Hop up. Go. And go. Good job. Nice. You did all 3 today. Good boy. Let me know what your thoughts are. I personally think we should change it up. But if I get feedback, keep it the same, keep it open to anything, that's fine too. I don't have a problem. I feel like having a paint along or event where it can be any diamond painting of any theme, any artwork style, any artist, anything you want, big, small. It's like, okay, well, that's just everyone diamond painting, right? Like, why would you create an event around that? That kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. So let me know what your thoughts are. Hop up. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, it's a little crazy for me to think that I'm going to be doing all this construction work or finish work on my apartment all through April and then turn around and move and still try to kick off some kind of paint along with content and try to get settled into the new place and get everything unpacked and stuff, and then maybe a week later travel for a coaster trip, come back from that, and then hop in the car and go do this like nearly week-long camping trip. Well, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So summers, I think they're just gonna have to be off the table for me for like any sort of events. Like essentially May through August, I can't commit to anything other than the podcast. Hey, okay, so we want to be on this side. Okay, let's stay on this side. Let's see if he crosses over now. So yeah, it's a little much. It's a little much. So yeah, I'd say my events this year, September, and this is how it was last year, right? September paint along, November, December Mooka Mania, and that's what I can commit to. So yeah, but let me know if I should pick something different now that we have this extra time. Should I rethink this whole lo-fi business? Maybe we pick a particular artist, or maybe we highlight a specific shop. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe I could talk Mia into doing a the drill paint along where we pick, everyone does a kit or something from one of the shops that we've interviewed. That might be something fun, or maybe that's a next year thing. I don't know. I'm open to ideas. So yeah, that being said, now I will only have my one whip going right now, which is my custom from Diamond Art Club. That's my only whip as of tonight. So I'm kind of thinking about what to do. I'm probably just going to keep that going until I don't know when. Yeah, we'll see. Potentials are, I have my Queen's Atelier canvas on its way, and I've talked to another content creator about doing some kind of something in April, like, because I'm probably gonna freak out about it and want to kit it up and at least start picking at it. And so there's another content creator that also has a Queen's Atelier kit. So I reached out to them last week and was like, hey, maybe we could, I'll film my unboxing and maybe we could do some sort of collaboration thoughts and opinions on Queen's Atelier, because they're really, I haven't seen any finish and reviews, like a full length finish and review video for Queen's Atelier. There are shorts out there. Where, it's almost like the ASMR style, where people, you see people putting the drills down and then they zoom out and they're using the sparkly glitter filter on their phone and show the finish. There's some of those and some really short videos, but neither in English or Korean have I still yet to find like a full length, this is my finish and review of, of a Queen's Atelier kit, and here's what the drills were like, a normal finish and review. So yes, there's short form content out there in portrait style and like TikToks, Instagrams, but nothing like, like what we're used to seeing, I guess. So, and the same with like an actual, like, here's what I think of the drill field and the, or like a long form whip and chat. It's all short form content. I did find, oh, nope, that wasn't Queen's Atelier. So yeah, I still think we might not be the first people to have any content about Queen's Atelier, but certainly a finish and review. There's that one lady in the Netherlands that has done an actual formal unboxing and first impressions, and it is her current whip. So she may have a finish and review before we get to one, or I get to one. But very minimal is what I mean to say. So I asked this content creator if they'd be willing, because they've already done an unboxing, if they'd be willing to actually kit that project up and we could do kind of a collaboration where we are working on a Queen's Atelier kit through April and providing our own thoughts and experiences. And, we haven't talked any details, but they said yes. So once I get that kit in, and I'm hoping it'll be here in the next week or so, then hopefully we can kind of figure out some content, just a normal unboxing, maybe a whip and chat or two, maybe go live together if we can get timing to work, just talking about our experiences with this kind of new to the, Western market shop. Relatively new. I know people have heard about them before, but there's very little content. So that's something that could happen. We're going to turn around and head back now. That's something that I can kind of sprinkle in through April and going into May. Just very casual, low stakes, just talking about an ongoing whip, but doing it well at the same time as another content creator, so we can kind of, just kind of encourage each other, bounce ideas or thoughts off of each other and share them with you all kind of at the same time. I thought it would be unique because we both happen to have a kit from this shop that not a lot of people are familiar with. So that's an idea. And then my Starry Night Studio kit is supposed to be here. I thought it was going to be here today. UPS keeps saying expected tomorrow, but it's just moving really slowly through the postal system. It left California today. Come on, buddy. It left California today. So Etsy said it wasn't supposed to be here until the 20th at the earliest, so they still have a couple days. So I'm hoping I get it soon in the next couple of days. And that's my Starry Night Studio kit. And that one is one that, again, you if you look it up, you can find reels or shorts with people doing like ASMR style unboxings where they're like tapping their nails on the box and doing the clickety with all the things, but there's no spoken word. No one's saying, this is a new to me shop and here's how much it was, this is the size of the canvas, the colors. It's just the ASMR like shorts. So I haven't seen any full length formal unboxings of that shop. I don't think I've seen any spoken word content about that shop at all. It's all ASMR, like no one's talking, which is fine, and so I guess technically I can't say I would be the first, but you know what I mean. So that should be here in the next couple of days. And that one, come on, wind, go away. Leave us alone. Okay. Hold on, everyone. That one from Starry Night Studio is called Pastel Sunday. And that one has a cat in it. So I will most likely be kitting that up and getting right to that one as well as a whip. Because I need something for me as Year of the Cats event. I've been out of that event for the past couple months because I haven't had anything with a cat in it. While I've been doing my dragon challenge and doing my Mystical Dream Diamonds kit. So I haven't had anything with a cat on it. So as soon as that comes in, I'll probably get started on that because I want to test out the quality of that product. So I think that'll probably be what ends up happening is we're gonna have this like summer of Korean shops is probably what's gonna happen. Because once I get my King Demond canvas in, I'll probably want to trial that. So yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be the summer of soul. The summer of soul. Maybe that's what I'll call it. And I will ask this other content creator if they want to be attached to that. The summer of soul. I love it. Okay. It's done. That's what's happening. It's the summer of soul. Well, I'll be testing out three different kits from 3 different Korean shops from start to finish. The summer of soul. Okay, done. Easy. See how that's all I needed. I just needed you guys here to walk me through that. Yeah. Okay. Summer of Soul. All right. April, May. Oh, it's not an event. It's not an event. It's just I'm doing it. We'll call it another little passion project or whatever. The Summer of Soul. Fun. I'm gonna have to come up with an intro. Okay. Ooh, ideas. I've got ideas flowing. All right. Okay, well, that's it. Now I'm going to just be thinking about that, so I'll let you go. No, I'm just kidding. Let's respond to some comments. Okay. Let's get to some comments. Going to my finish and review of Dragon Spirit. Lisa Noof says, I like the colors more in the fire one, and she is so pretty. However, I love Margaret Morales too. Yeah. So at the end of that finish and review, I put the two dueling dragons kits next to each other and asked which one people like better, or if one should quote unquote win. And I was torn as well. When I saw them next to each other, I was torn as well. I like them both. But yeah, thank you. Karen Seeing Diamonds says, stunning, her eyes are just beautiful. Yeah. And Teresa Vaughn says, beautiful painting. And Samantha Color says, I have Dragon Spirit and love it. The colors are nice in the fire one, but I'm going with the Ice Dragon. Nice. Yeah, I know that a lot of people have done Dragon Spirit in the past. It's a very popular kit. Sorry, Apollo seems to really want to sniff this rock. Vaughn says, in regards to my vlog 242, I kind of figured there'd be international shops listed since Mia isn't in the US. None of them manufacture here anyway, do they? Yeah. You're right. You're right, Vaughn. You're right. Even if a shop is quote unquote from the US, they're not manufacturing their drills and canvases and stuff here, so yeah, I don't know. It's just, it was a weird sentiment, I thought. But, and I don't think there was any harm meant by it necessarily, but I just can't have, though I'm not gonna, entertain a discussion of, we already went down that path. I already kind of talked about my stance on it, so there's probably no need to go over it again. So yeah. Yep. But yeah, you're right, Vaughn. Mia says, hey love, I have feelings and opinions about that non-US comment, but I'm going to keep that in-house. All I want to say is, I'm foreign too, not American, so would this person take offense to that too? Apollo, come on. This boy, I want to sniff everything, not just trees or rocks, but every wall, every piece of sidewalk. It all needs a rundown today. It's like, oh my gosh, please, just move forward, please. I can't wait to see where our podcast takes us in the future. Love you. Love you too. Yeah, I don't know, Mia. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. And then Barb says, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I know it smells like food there. It smells like fried food across the street. Keep moving. We're not going over there. His little nose, it takes him wherever it wants to go. He has no control. His nose is like, yeah, it's like he catches whiff of something and he just completely just loses focus and just like zombied and starts walking in that direction. Come on. There's also a dog over there too, so yeah, he's a very distracted puppy today. Okay. And I want to stay on this side of him, so I'm the one on the side of the road, but he wants to be closest to where the action is. Ay. Okay. Next comment. Barb says, you eventually said what I was thinking. It might be that the U.S. shops are more trustworthy. The outside U.S. shops are more trustworthy than the U.S. ones. My goodness, with what is going on in our country right now, there are a whole lot of people in this country who can't be trusted. All right, well, Barb said it, not me. Thank you, Barb. Asia says, I'm excited to discover new small shops with you and Mia. For me, presentation, customer service, and product quality are key. If all of that is good, it speaks for itself. I hope you discover and show us some new gems worth keeping an eye on. I can't wait for the podcast interviews and watch it grow. Well, we'll see when I'm able to get this vlog up. I'm hoping before this coming Friday, which is the 20th. But if not, then you have seen episode 2. But I'm hoping that I can get this up beforehand. We shall see. And Trin says, I don't recall much of that sentiment when European new shops came around. Yeah, me either. And Mirthful Diamond Art, which Mirthful, I added your shop to our shop list, by the way. And if you want to do any kind of interview with Mia and I, let me know. I'll put you on the contact list. They go on to say, I really like your take about the small shops. When it comes to manufacturers, I personally have no idea who else is producing with them, and frankly, I don't care, since I don't plan on using them as a booster for my own shop in case they are well known. What I care is that my products are up to my standards. Exactly. Yeah, I don't get that sentiment of we shouldn't be taught, like it's a no-no to say, oh, this looks like this, or I'm pretty sure this shop might get their stuff from here or there or anywhere. It shouldn't matter. And it doesn't matter. What matters is the quality of the product and the artwork and the customer service and everything else. But if it does matter to the shop, then they've got to gussy that product up enough so nobody does recognize. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for the comment. Gray says, hey Anthony, I've finished a few Diamond Dots canvases lately, round drills, and they have all been resin. Oh, interesting. Now the ones you can buy at Walmart are definitely acrylic. When I have a canvas with no stickers, I just cut off one of the legends and run them through my Xyron sticker maker. Sometimes I just use the number stickers with the legend. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say? That is a good tip, but you should not have to do that. You should not have to do that. There are shops on AliExpress and Amazon and Temu that will sell you a stolen artwork canvas for $1.32, and guess what's in there? A walking legend. So you should not have to do that. But I get it, and I agree. I mean, like I said, I'll just take a picture of it on my phone or on my tablet and print it, and boom, there's my legend, because I don't use sticker sheets or stickers to kit up, or I don't use at least the stickers that come with canvases to kit up. I use my own Avery stickers. So I just need a walking legend. That way, if it's covered up by washi tape or it's at an angle where I can't see either legend, then I still have it. So I agree. You can absolutely do that, but you should not have to. Shops should be providing that across the board. And it sounds like Diamond Dots has started to provide them. So they are listening. And I'll certainly provide that feedback to Felook, when I unbox a Materasu and when I do the content for that kit. So I have a feeling they're probably going to be watching that content as opposed to the stuff I've already done, because that wasn't quote unquote paid or sponsored. I guess. So yeah, but yes, maybe I need to, then now I'm in my head, maybe I need to get a Xyron sticker maker. No, you don't. No, you don't. Hush up. Thank you. Thank you, Gray. Asia says hashtag replay for my pop-up live. Thank you. And I did see this message from Matt. Matt, you know I'm not going to read this entire thing on a vlog. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to pause you so I can read this. I saw how long it was earlier. I was like, oh my word. So hold on just a second. Thank you for the comment, Matt. He went into some detail about some really interesting things coming from like the industry that he works in and stuff. And, you know, to summarize, essentially, you know, typically when a manufacturer is making parts or pieces or materials for another shop to utilize in their production of a product, you know, it's pretty common that you'll have, you know, tier 1 or, you know, grade A products and then grade B, C, so on and so forth. And it really depends on how much the company who's buying those products wants to pay to receive, you know, the highest grade or the mid-tier or minor imperfections or major imperfections. It all just depends, but all of the material, the goal for the manufacturer is to have all of the material go out the door at the end of the day so there's no waste. So they'll sell the grade C, the grade D materials to someone who's willing to take them. Kind of like, you know, there's a difference in the, you know, the steak that you get at a high-end, you know, high-end steakhouse, the steak that you get at Texas Roadhouse, the steak that you get at Mom and Pop's Greasy Spoon Diner, and then, you know, the cuts of beef that are used for Apollo's dog food, you know. But it all has to go. All the parts of the cow need to go somewhere so we're not throwing it away. So we just have to find the customer base for the level of product. But because there are so few diamond painting shops and so few manufacturers, manufacturers can usually kind of just get away with sending it all out. It's not necessarily sorted by grade or by quality or by level because the shops aren't demanding that. And really the only ones that do have specialized tooling or specialized resin molds and stuff are really Diamond Dots and Diamond Art Club, according to Matt, or, you know, to his understanding. So, you know, the fact that shops are going around kind of playing it off as like we're special or you shouldn't know where we get our stuff from kind of works to their disadvantage because, you know, if customers turn around and say we demand better, then it's like, how do they then turn around and go to their manufacturer? Like it breeds this cycle of nothing ever really truly improving. So I get it. So thank you for the comment, Matt. And as I was reading it, it made me think of, it's kind of like, you know, you pull up to a parking lot that's got a couple different restaurants in it, and one of them's known as just kind of like a, you know, kind of a poopy, like just like a, you know, not so highly rated, you know, diner or something like that. The food's kind of meh. And then you go across the parking lot, and there's like a really nice steak and seafood restaurant that are always touting how fantastic they are, better than everything else in the neighborhood. And you see that Cisco food services truck pull up to the Greasy Spoon Diner, drop off all their stuff, and then drive and park behind the steakhouse and do the same thing. And it's like, yeah, it's all coming from the same place. That's the same powdered eggs going to both locations or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't think that's apples to apples, but thinking about that, like the high-end restaurant, the low-end restaurant, the gas station, the same trucks showing up to drop off certain supplies. And so it's really about the polish that you put on it and the marketing and the presentation that starts to create those differences. And again, I don't mind as long as the Cisco food's good, as long as the product is good, that's okay. But don't get mad when I go on Yelp and say, hey, I saw the Cisco truck behind Ocean Prime the other night. And they're charging $150 a plate. So that's the part that gets on my nerves, is don't get mad when I see it, you know. Or own it, you know. This is what makes us special. Sure, we get our food from the same Cisco truck, but this is what sets us apart, you know. But I think we're meant to pretend like each shop is its own manufacturer, or at least that's what the shops would like us to believe. And some even get mad, or diehard customers get mad when you say anything different. And I've faced it before personally on a couple occasions. Like, how dare you talk about Evermoment and Jaded Gem Shop, or how dare you this, and the other. It's like, well, I guess I'm daring. No, I don't know. I don't know. All right, well, we'll make that the last comment. I got to get Apollo back, get him fed some din. Try to get this video, or get these clips at least starting to upload onto my laptop. Head out to drop off some canvases, come back, try to get this edited and scheduled for tomorrow, which is Wednesday or Thursday. And I also have to kit Wind, can you give me a minute? Kit down Garden of Earthly Delights. And again, if you're interested in those other two Hieronymus Bosch panels, they're the two panels of the earth, like creation. They're all in black and white, so I will give you fair warning about that. They're all in grayscale. But if you are interested, $50 for both, plus shipping. And I'm cool with international shipping too, but you'll be, some of you may be shocked with how expensive that is right now. So probably international folks, you'd probably end up, I don't know, it probably still cost, I don't know. I'd say for those two kits to ship to internationally, you're probably looking at anywhere from $40 to $70 US to ship them. Within the US, probably 15 to 25, depending. I don't know, I can't guarantee anything, but just know that it's expensive these days. So I'll give it 1 week from the date that this goes up. Email me, first come, first serve. And that's all I'm doing for this. I'm not gonna do a destash for these two kits, like a live destash. If I don't have any takers, then that's that. I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I gave them a lifeline. I'm giving them a lifeline with this 1 week. Because there was a small part of me that was just like, the trash can is 30 feet that way. You bop those in there, no one will ever know. But I'm gonna give them this lifeline because that is wasteful. So I'll try. Okie dokie, we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.